Hi everyone, it's Claire here. It's September, late September, and I'm just doing a little update because I haven't done much on here for a while. I basically ran a Maybon Wheel of the Year event. It was last week in Norwich, Norfolk. I was visiting family. It was really enjoyable. We had a couple online and we had my sister there. So it was a kind of circle. It's part of Wheel of the Year, so we were celebrating the second harvest and did a bit of energy work. And I've got the next event coming up, Samain, which is like ancient version of Halloween, and that's the 31st of October. And I do that 7 o'clock to 8:30 normally online in my Facebook group. And if you're interested, then do drop me a line and I can give you a link. So the Wheel of the Year, we celebrate several of the Sabbats, which are kind of linked in with the ancient Celtic shamanic Wheel of the Year, meaning the really linking in with the seasons and the agricultural and things that happened. And it's really, really interesting. So the main one, we sort of celebrate that harvest and we look at ancestors and celebrate those and link in with lost souls, our lost loved ones. It's very soulful. We also will do some readings online for that as well, probably tarot and or angel cards. And I do really enjoy that. So it's basically like the end of the Wheel of the Year and the beginning of the Wheel of the Year because it goes right, it's a wheel and that one is right at the top. After that is the winter solstice, and so on. You go around the year. You've got Beltane in the spring, you've got Imbolc as well. Then you come through to the harvest and you go back round, and there's an energy that flows with it. So you'll feel some of that energy come in as we work with the energies and the god and goddess energies linked in. It's ancient, it's natural, and it's rather amazing to work with. So if you have interest, do let me know. And I do get up and I'm in the middle of the night. I study actually online with my teacher, amazing Laurie in America, with many American people. There's some maybe in Asia as well. We study that, and all of that energy kind of links into it. So really enjoyable. So also there's the full hunter moon on the 9th of October, Sunday after next, and I'll share an energy update for that. I've been sharing energy updates for probably nearly a year, I'd say. And what I do is look at 2 or 3 of the really good astrologers. They might do half an hour report at a time, so I can do that and summarize it in sort of 20 minutes over three different people to 3 strands. One of them studies numerology, so you get a hit of that. And it's quite powerful. There's a heck of a lot going on in the astrological world, and you can see it totally understand more about what's going on in the world because it's so linked. Then you've got Mercury is direct on the 2nd of October and it's been retrograde, which means it's slowed down for about 6 weeks, I think. And you can sort of feel it peak and then it sort of starts to, the effects of it slow down, but it affects things like communication, transport, technology. You could have hiccups and issues. I was traveling actually, and I found that it was slowed down quite badly. So I had a 40-minute delay on a coach one way. Then coming back, there was no coach for the first half of the journey. It was just taxis. But interestingly, I was thrown together with strangers and then I had to communicate better. Sort of what I'm not used to doing so much, being as I'm on my own a lot here. It was quite interesting. And 1 or 2 of the people were really lovely, actually. And 2 of them really hit it off. They were like different generations. It was really good to see. So Mercury obviously is then going direct, so 2nd of October, so you'll feel that change. I'm also putting together 8 lesson plans for my DeStressYou, which is a program which is all about diminishing stress on people. And there's a manual already, which I've done some visuals on. And it's got some nice content. You can see diagrams and things. We go through 9 modules. I can run that on demand, but I've also got it recorded now on videos. I just need to get a grip of the technology and download it, probably into my membership group, which is on Patreon, which is an app. Things I'm not so familiar with, so you have to bear with me while I'm learning. Two teachers have already got this in hand. I've trained them already, and I think they could work with it really well. So one is in London, one is in California, and the 8 lesson plans will sort of take this work, and then it's a base from which people can teach that information if they enjoy it. I've also developed some products and I'm going to put the recipes for them in the 8 lesson plans. So anyone can make these self-care products. We've got bar salts with oils. You've got beautiful lavender type soaps or diet soaps that are natural. And I've done body butter with essential oils as well. I've also got a room spray. I've got candle. And I've got a range of things. I could probably add into it a couple of things, but it allows people to make their own products and it helps them. So I'm really pleased to have done that, really. I'm also typing up my Wheel of the Year notes, so it becomes like a more concise program, which would help more people, I think. And once it's interesting because once you do a manual, it kind of focuses your mind and helps you understand more about how to onward communicate. So Wheel of the Year, as I say, is energy work. You work with customs, you work with rituals, you work with the land in a way, you work with the elements, with the seasons, and so on, and God and Goddess energy. And you can certainly learn to create the products. And the 8 lesson plan spreads that knowledge outwards. So it might appeal, that's like part 2, it might appeal to people who are already working in wellbeing and want to have another string to their bow. It might be for parents that want to help others in the family, or it might just be for community people that want to spread knowledge. So that's coming soon. As I said, I've got the membership group, which I'm developing. I want that to be more concise and so that it helps people in a more direct way, more focused. And it allows me to then communicate sort of better back to people. And I can also schedule readings, online sessions, one-to-one, but I can also do, say, about 1 to 2 sessions in the evening online with whoever turns up. And I'm a huge believer in synchronicity. It normally means they need to be there. They get the messages they need. They'll read into what, if you like, the cards, they'll read into those, because I'm just a channel, so I just pass messages as I get them, but also read the cards as a channel, and that's an oracle. So just some Astro bits and pieces as well. Jupiter is speeding things up at the moment. It's really, really close to the Earth. I took a photo the other day. I think I shared it in my group. It came out really blue blob, like an orb. Really interesting. I think it has got blue very mixed in with the colours there. But it's speeding everything up. So there's some quite serious things happening. And what we'll find is these things will speed up. And because we're going through a period of ascension, as they say, as really our energy is raising upwards, and we're trying to get everybody sort of linked in to get, as they say, to the 5th dimension. From the 3rd dimension, if you just think of that in terms of resonating with higher energy, really. She says, looking upward. And also I did receive a vision. I think I put this in my Facebook group. I didn't share it online, but it was of Russian dolls. So you've got one doll in another. And in the dream vision that I saw, it was that everyone will get there. It's just the 5th dimension contains the 3rd dimension. So we all have the capacity to get there. And I know that at least one other light worker I saw online said that they'd had the same vision given to them. So it's really, really interesting. It's like comes through a very quick visual image. And I'm quite visual. You see, my mum was an artist. That's her picture. I'm a bit artistic, so I see a lot through the 3rd eye at times. Hence doing readings and things. So Saturn as well is trying to organise, but Aries is there as well, which is more like the street and doing things like shooting from the hip. So you've got this constant that going on, because Saturn links in with the government and with rules apparently, and Aries really links in with he's the street fighter, and protests and people revolting and things and turmoil. So you've got turmoil going on. So it is quite a really busy period. It sort of has to happen because a lot of the information must well up and come out, as we've seen, a clearing going on, but also a voicing in the throat chakra, really getting the information out. The markets are very jittery at the moment. As we know, in Britain, we've had this huge change going on. The Queen died, then we had a new government, now a new Chancellor, a new Prime Minister. And they put in some really risky financial planning going on. So it's absolutely tanked the pound. It's the Bank of England had to step in. So it's absolutely almost unheard of. So some really interesting stuff going on at the moment. There's a full moon there was a full moon, which was September the 10th in Pisces. And the new moon, September the 25th, was Libra. So the Pisces energy is quite the high level. Pisces is the last astrological sign on the zodiac, of a sort of high, beautiful energy, a bit dreamlike actually at times. And it's interesting that the Queen died in that period, right? That last sign and that sort of higher level energy going on. She was Taurus sign, by the way. She really was called Taurus and really got on with her job amazingly. And then you've got the new moon, September 25th, Libra, which is all about balance, and it's about fairness and it's about friendships, also aesthetic beauty as well. So you've got like people might notice synchronization of friendships, meeting people. That's happened to me, and it becomes really synchronized. I met my son. I was traveling from one place. He was traveling in from America. We met in London. It just so happened it was just after the Queen died. We were going to meet anyway, but we didn't know she was going to die. And then we just happened to meet the day before all the Queen's tributes were taken away. So of course we went to see them. We didn't even know they were going, but the next day they were gone. How incredible, total synchronization. And by the way, as well, it might be in the family, looking at relationships with family members. And it might be that you start to assess who the friends are, who you might need to, if you like, sort of reduce down the friendships with, and who to increase them with, who's been there for you, and so on. So there's kind of a filtering process. And social circles may expand or shift, and that feeling of peace. So hence it's a bit hard because Aries is there with Mars. Mars rules Aries, and it's very much about action. Mars is the war planet, of course. And you've got stuff going on with Venus and Mercury, and discernment to do with Virgo as well, and adjusting and refining our communications and our habits. So discernment as well of information. I think one of the astrologers was really talking about this for some time, that we are being bombarded with stuff. So just do your best, if you like, to be, and I will as well, to try and discern. I can kind of feel that there's it's almost like receiving downloads about what is relevant, what is less relevant. Very hard stuff, the phone, I'm finding personally, so I need to get a grip on that to stay centered. And October the 9th is an intense Aries, talking of Aries full moon, conjunct with Chiron, the healer. And so Aries is a bit hot-headed, confident and impulsive, and ruled, as I say, by Mars, the war god. So intense stuff is likely. And one of those key astrologers is really saying that there might be some big world events happening October and November. These are huge months, according to her, and she's so wise astrologically. She's probably the wisest one, which I won't name names, but I think many other people will be aware of that. So on November the 8th, there's a full moon in Taurus and a total lunar eclipse, which is always a strong energy. Personally, I can feel that, and it kind of builds, and then it really culminates in the eclipse, and then it dies down. But often happens with permanent changes can happen then. Taurus may link in with agriculture. So I think one of those astrologers particularly was really warning, get prepared with your own stocks of food and things, and even water, actually, bottled water and stuff, not to panic, but to have some staples in might be a good thing. I've been saying this about the 3rd or 4th month, I think. So anyway, there's a good summary. Hopefully I've shown you a few things. Oh, I was just going to show you on the DeStressYou program, those are the cards we work with, really beautiful, co-created with Lara Spearman, who's the illustrator, and with Mona, who's the designer, Mona King, who also helped me design this beautiful manual. Thanks to them, I do give out always names to really help as well. So anyway, that's the summary, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll be in touch soon. Take care. Bye for now.